and then giving yourself grace. Right now, I was hearing communication and the heart space, and no coincidence that I have on purple and green. They're talking about the mindset shifting and your heart being opened again. I know for some of you that is scary because you have closed yourself off. You have created these boundaries because of how people have treated you, how people have handled you, or the lack thereof of people acting as if they couldn't handle your emotions or making you feel like you're too sensitive. And so you went through that process in order for you to understand maybe you were giving your heart space a little too much or not creating a sense of safety within those spaces. So for some of you, you weren't setting boundaries. Like there was still needing to be some sense of boundaries and self safety for yourself, although you had love for certain people. I'm getting this energy of constantly giving to people, constantly opening yourself back up, allowing people to apologize, but then it was manipulation because they were still doing the same thing, but then you gave them benefit of the doubt. Like there's just this energy of constantly opening up your heart space, and then you got to a point where you're just like, I'm done. I'm not being friends with people. I'm not getting in a relationship. I'm done with people as a whole, and just have created this anger when it comes to humans. And the guides are just like, but you feel emotional in this time. And they're showing me like a burst right now because we are bursting your heart space back open. Because we need you to understand you were learning how to create boundaries, not learning how to close your heart off, because that is going to keep you from receiving the opportunities in love or opportunities in general in this next chapter of your life. I had to take a breath. That was heavy. I know it's not easy for you to think that now I have to open my heart up after closing it off. But that's not the lesson you were supposed to learn. The lesson wasn't, let me close myself off where I don't allow anybody in. It was, let me open myself up and be vulnerable. But then discern when certain people come in or they attempt to come back, if they're meant for me, if they're in alignment for me, if their truth is real. I needed to understand what it felt like for myself to experience certain energies. That way, if it comes back up, I can discern whether or not it needs to go or it can stay. That was the lesson that you were learning. So now that your guides are opening you back up, there's a lot of crying going on. I say cleansing, which is needed for you to realize, okay, I'm gonna have to open myself back up again. Because for some of you right now, you being so closed off is keeping you from showing your true self. Because for who I'm talking to, you're a lover girl. You're a lover boy. You're not this angry person that you are showing yourself to be. And you are needing to show your true, authentic, loving energy, but with boundaries, in order for you to receive what your guides are going to send in for you that you have been praying about. Whether if that's help financially, whether if that is a new opportunity, how are people going to really see you if you are giving them a false reality of who you truly are based on what you've been through? Right now, you're paralyzed. That's the word I'm hearing right now. You're paralyzed in the old energy or the experience of what you went through and not taking it as a lesson. So then you can free yourself from feeling that paralyzed energy, but then taking that lesson and then applying it to the future. That's what your guides want you to do. They want you to see that you've learned a lot in experiencing people. You've learned a lot through going through so many relationships. You've learned a lot from all of those different observations for you to be able to discern better and protect yourself better, not close yourself completely off and not receive. You deserve to receive, and you should give yourself credit that you know better now. With so much love, beautiful soul. Ashe.